3 out of the 4 seats of the semifinals of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. The seats have been taken and only one remains open. Will it be Letran, led of course by Jeric Balanza, or will it be De La Salle, led by Justin Baltazar? Sino kaya ang mag-a-advance between these two teams? Ito na po ang huling bakbakan in the quarterfinals of this tournament. De La Salle Green Archers versus the Letran Knights, John Sulit and Juan Banal, together with Miss Ira Pablo, who will be joining us a little bit later on, delivering this game to you guys. Juan, what do you think of this matchup between Letran and La Salle?
Both teams, La Salle actually was bumped up the standing to second place because of UP leaving and asking to pass out in this tournament. But both teams have a similar record: 5-2, 2 losses, 5 wins, and both teams undergoing tremendous change, not with players but with coaching staff. And it's a different ball game with you have a whole new coaching staff coming in with a whole new brand new system that you're trying to impart. And so far this preseason has set the table and set the stage for both teams to adjust perfectly.
That's right. And let's take a look at the playoff picture right now, and you see it there. Doon na lang sa bottom right ng semis, may bukas na upuan, and that will soon be filled up at the end of this game. Either CSJL or DLSU will be challenging LPU, the Pirates, in the semifinals.
And it's going to be an interesting match. Of course, you have again two teams, both coming from different tournaments, representing different tournaments, not used to playing against each other. But of course, the other one will not let go of an opportunity to beat the other side and have that pride advantage.
Ito nga yung mga numero between these two teams. There are a lot of parts na dikit, and you'll see also some kung saan you'll see an advantage working towards one side.
And you can see La Salle just heading in that department when it comes to points output. But the highlight, I think, at the end of the day is still La Salle's defense. And if you take a look at their fast break points, that's 17.9 compared to 12.4 of La Salle. But it's also the fast breaks allowed by La Salle. So not only can they run the floor well, they can also get back on defense, making sure that they control the pace of the ball game and at the same time impose suffocating defense.
One, let's talk about the main men of these teams. Let's talk first about La Salle. Hinighlight natin siya kanina, top of this coverage, Justin Baltazar. And with some of the other important big men out of the picture for La Salle, particularly yung running mate niya in Santi Santillan. Now, the load of Justin Baltazar mas bumibigat.
And he's not disappointing. He's been averaging 15.3 points per game and 11.6 rebounds that goes along with a block. But I think with Justin Baltazar, ang mas masakit na nawala is actually the loss and departure of T. Samuel. Dapat ito yung grupo nila, yung batch nila na will take over. Santi Santillan, of course, belongs to a different batch of players. He is that senior from last year, but it's this set of players. You still have Bates in the lineup, but it's T. Samuel's loss that provided and pushed itong si Justin Baltazar to step up in the plate.
Absolutely. And Baltazar, kung gusto ng La Salle makalayo pa in this tournament, he will have to be ready to carry part of that load, especially inside. Now about the main man of Letran, we'll go to Ira for a report.
Unfortunately, Jeric Balanza will not be seeing action today, and it's not because of another injury. He's just not feeling well today. Trinangkaso daw si Jeric kagabi because of the different weather changes, init tapos lamig. But I asked him how he was able to come back from his injury at sinabi niya nakinig lang daw siya sa PT nila because that is the only way that he can return faster. 2 times a day ang practice nila. So sa umaga mag-rehab siya tapos court sa hapon. On top of that, he does additional strengthening works kaya nakabalik daw siya agad. Despite feeling under the weather today, he still keeps his positive outlook at excited daw siya magsimula yung NCAA season nila after being out last year for his surgery, guys.
Thank you so much, Ira. We know that Jeric Balanza went through a lot before making his return in this off-season. Maraming pinagdaanan yan, went through a brain surgery in the middle of their NCAA season last year. So you never want to risk anything when it comes to that man.
We've seen actually him come back with tremendous numbers. Unfortunately, in this tournament, he missed 4 games kaya bumaba yung average pero kaya niya mag-average dyan ng mga 30 points per game.
Yes. Ito pinag-usapan na natin, one, yung big man ng Lasal. Let's talk about some of their guards. Andre Karakot and of course, Aljun Melesio, the A&A connection. And look at the numbers that these two are able to provide. They are the anchors of this team.
Eye-popping numbers para dito sa backcourt. I mean, I still don't feel like they're veterans in the sense that these guys are still young and the way they play, but look at the numbers that they're bringing in. The 10 points, double-digit output per game, and then you've got an all-around performance with assists from Aljun, and then kay Andre naman, he's still getting you those rebounds in that outside shooting. He was the All-Star MVP in this tournament, so you know what this backcourt is capable of. The question is, will it be sustained by their bench?
Absolutely. Alam mo, marami pang katanungan talaga between these two teams. But the only way to answer them is to let them play. Tip-off between Lasal and Letran sa aming pagbabalik.
Francisco Leo de San Juan de Letran of the 13th Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Now let's make way for the starters, beginning with De La Salle Green Archers. One guard number 11, Aljun Melesio. And forward number 13, Ralph Ku. Center number 19, Justin Baltazar. Starting at forward number 22, JB Bartlett. And at guard number 30, Andre Karakut. The Green Archers is led by Gian Nazario. Here's the starting five of Nicoleo de San Juan de Letran Knights. One guard number 3, Tommy Olivario. At forward number 17, Ato Ular. Coming in at center number 18, Geo Ambohot. Starting at guard number 19, Jap Pambid. And at forward number 27, King Caralipio. Coleo de San Juan de Letran head coach is Boni Tan. Reference for this one.
The starters for both teams laid down on your screens. Melesio, Karakut, Baltazar, Ku, and Bartlett. Starting for Lasal, you have Olivario, Pambid, Ambohot, Ular, and Caralipio. On the side of Letran, wearing their navy blue. Interesting for me, Lasal starting with a 3-guard combo, a smaller lineup here.
I don't know if they were informed that si Balanza won't be playing, but I'm sure they're going to try to pick up the speed and push the pace. That will slow down supposedly the offense of Balanza, but him not being on the floor, let's see how LaSalle will play this out.
Here's the first offensive attack from Letran, taking that ball away earlier from LaSalle. Ambohot. Geo Ambohot getting the first deuce of this ball game.
You like to see that Ambohot being more active now. The aggressiveness in offense usually, especially in this tournament, and we saw this also in the D-League, na hindi masyado, he took on that backseat role in offense, just try to play the role of a defender, but this time around with that early attack, those are good signs for Letran.
And we have to understand too that etong Letran, even though they don't have Jeric Balanza in the mix today, they played half of their NCAA season last year na walang Balanza, and they were still able to come up with, you know, some success.
Yeah, and actually he missed 4 games, including this game. It's his 5th game here in the Filoil that he has missed, but they're still number 3 in the standings. So that and with 2 losses, that just sends a pretty good sign and message to all their opponents.
Here's Bartlett. And we're seeing na iba't iba yung may kayang magdala at magtimon sa opensa for Lasal. No, earlier it was Melesio, now they go with Bartlett. Arakot also has that ability.
Kasi scoring guards yung meron yung Lasal, meaning if they break down the ball and they facilitate, then it takes out their ability to actually receive and produce points. And so I think Bartlett's role is to really more of create opportunities for Melesio and itong Karakot to get them early on heated up.
Ato Ular, short on his jumper. Ralph Cool getting that board. Forward pass, Karakot masyado malakas yung bigay. Bartlett could no longer handle it. And so it's a turnover for Lasal. Letran still up 4-0. Maagang palitan ng tao for Coach Gian Nazario.
And he's not happy at all. The coaching staff of LaSalle is quite disappointed with the slow start. I think he brought in that three-guard lineup to speed up the pace, but they didn't see that, so he comes up with a platoon substitution and trying to bring out and force his boys to exert more effort.
Literally everyone on the floor for LaSalle being replaced. But it's still Letran scoring one more time. 6-0 start for the Knights. Kurt Lohera being guarded by Caralipio. Lohera having a hard time. Looking for Serrano. Now it's with Encho. Serrano going one-on-one. Iiwan sana para kay Bates, but it's taken away. Letran on the run once more. Ambohot ang pinuntahan. Geo was stopped, but he was fouled.
That's what we were talking about. You don't see this regularly from Ambohot. His activity, he's actually asking for the ball. And I think he realized that somebody has to produce the points and the shoes that Balanza is leaving behind. So he probably took it as a personal challenge to be more aggressive in offense.
You know, talking about this team, Letran, marami pang ibang mga kayang gumawa dyan as you see Coach Bonnie Tan. He trusts in the players that he has on that roster. Perhaps hindi sila yung may mga big names na sobrang nalaking pangalan like the Karakot, the Melesios. But those are solid players na gusto mang magpakilala through the Filoil tournament.
And according to my good friend, itong si Anton Tantoco, who works for the Letran's social media, sinasabi na yung mga Ambohot mo, yan yung mga remnants ng mga nanalo na lineup nila na malakas dati. You know, panahon pa ni na Reyna Batak, nandyan na itong mga to. And they've seen how LaSalle can win despite being undersized, despite not having on paper the brightest of players.
Good defense there for Ambohot. Ginulo yung tira ni Joshua David. And Letran really erecting this early 7-2 lead through their defense dahil wala masyado nagagawa ang LaSalle on the offensive end. Here they are on the offensive. Caralipio with a basketball, right wing. Activates Pambin. Now it's Ambohot.
See, look how active Ambohot is in the offense, but turns that ball over.
Serrano using the glide step. And I actually thought it bounced off of his knee, pero mukhang nahawakan pa ng Letran. Tommy Olivario had last touch on that basketball, so it will stay with LaSalle. Still a lot of time, 20 seconds on their shot clock. David using the pick from Escandor. 10 to shoot. Serrano will fire away off on the three. And Bates almost had it, but Pambin just working hard.
That's just grabbing the ball out of Bates' hands.
Olivario goes to Pambin. Ular setting the pick. Great defense too for LaSalle. And the Green Archers take the ball away. Serrano will finish. Nice pass, good timing there for Lohera.
Well, I think this is what they were looking for with the starting five, to be able to force turnovers and then push the pace. That's a three-guard lineup that you mentioned a while ago, and they didn't see the speed, even on defense.
A miss from outside, wala kay Pambin. And on the rebound, it was a foul called on Caralipio. 7-4 is our score. 5:20 remaining in the first quarter. Caralipio putting pressure. Escandor throws the ball away. Olivario picks it up. Look at Ambohot seal, the smaller Escandor. Ular may have hesitated.
Could have taken the shot, actually.
Pero ito, recent ng opensa ang Letran. Pampit, pinag-isipan yung tres. David in front of him. Pampit will miss again. Caralipio with offensive rebound. No, nothing there. Ball will stay with Letran as it bounced off of the foot of Bates.
Right now, Letran is outworking LaSalle's lineup. Just fighting for those rebounds and loose balls.
At ito pa, madadagdagan pa sila ng bala sa loob as Larry Muyang, the reliable big man, checking in, who used to be a De La Salle Green Archer.
Yep.
Ambohot backing Lohera down. Cheo Ambohot comes up short. Solid din yung depensa ni Lohera, no? It's a foul on Olivario. Kinapitan daw yung jersey. Obviously something you cannot do even if you're trying to stop a player in transition.
Buti nga, hindi natawagan ng advantage foul yun, no?
Yeah, that's very true. Escandor the handoff to Serrano. They go to the other side. Ball reversal now in the mid. Working with Bates. Oh, he wanted that jam.
What you like about that attack is that he's aggressive to the ring. He lost a couple of good weight, but in return, he was able to get that speed on him. Look at that, strong drive. You want big guys with that intent whenever they're approaching the basket.
Natapik lang yung bola, no? But it would have been a throwdown for Brandon Bates. We're just past the halfway point of the first quarter and not a lot of points have been scored. Talk about how this game has been played, how this quarter has been played. Ano ba nangyayari, Juan? Maganda yung depensa, may mga tira, mga hindi pumapasok.
Actually, they're taking lesser shots than what's expected. Their offense is lower, but it's more of Letran pouring in the attempts. LaSalle is still trying to figure out what will work, what plays to run against this more veteran, I would say, Letran lineup.
Brand new guarding the mid. The rookie looking to operate. He goes to Bates. That's going to be an offensive foul. Great positioning for Allen Mina.
But notice how David has been setting up his big guys with those pick and rolls. He's been reading the defense, timing those passes.
Ito yung nangyari, oh. Allen Mina, naunahan talaga si Brandon Bates sa posisyon. Going back to your point kay Joshua David. Kasi ang ganda dahil yung role niya dito sa collegiate team was the same role he was fulfilling for the LaSalle Green Hills. Para siyang utility guy.
Yep.
Not necessarily the one who will give you 20 points or 10 rebounds or 10 assists. Pero yung balanced numbers across the board, that's what David was.
He's that hustle guy para dito sa LaSalle Green Hills. But this time around, ito nga create lang ang kanyang ginagawa. But I think yun yung kagandahan ng preseason. Nagkakaroon ng more definite roles to play. Serrano, of course, is one of those prized rookies of LaSalle who is a good help off the bench para sumuporta dito kay Melesio and kay Karakot.
Baltazar will miss from outside. Binalik na rin siya ni Coach Gian. Ambot, going to Muyang. Larry Muyang, gumagamit ng katawan. Muyang with the lefty finish.
Muyang and Ambohot with an urgency to play well in the shaded area, challenging the defenses. The defenses showed by Baltazar and ito si Bates.
A couple of one-handers hindi gumana para sa Letran. And those were open looks too, so sayang. But here is LaSalle. They set up with Serrano at the helm. David kontra kay Yu. Nothing much opening for the Green Archers. They dump it down low to Baltazar. Great defense for Muyang. Rayson stops. One-hander by the free throw line is good.
Wow, that ability, that core strength to just step on the brakes with full speed and then pull up with a one-hander.
And then right back to pressuring Encho Serrano.
Oh,
That time it was a flop from Larry Buyang. So hindi tumawag yung ating referee. A warning was also given on Larry Buyang.
oh,
And Rayson finds a way to escape the defense. At si Franyu, napakaganda rin ng pasa.
in that activity without the ball ng Guardia ng Letran has been creating rotational problems in the defense of LaSalle.
Oh, and Kurt Lohera just having a difficult time. Ambohon will finish through the fouls. Letran on a surge. They built a 9-point lead, 15-6. And they're playing downhill.
Yeah.
Juan, napakabilis ng basketball for Letran.
And if you've got Ambohot sprinting down and charging that way and outrunning the bigs of LaSalle, that's going to be a problem.
That's a couple of beautiful passes already for Franyu. Kanina nahanap niya yung pagkat ni Rayson na libreng-libre. Ito naman, ang galing kasi nung pagtanggap niya ng bola kay Mina, nakatalikod pa siya from their court. But he knew already that Ambohot was ahead of everyone else. 8 points now for Gio Ambohot. And Letran's lead reaches double digits, 16-6, a timeout requested by LaSalle. We're back inside the Filoil Flying V Center. Let's take a look at the numbers of Jeric Balanza. 17.3 points.
43% from the field, 40%, and this is the numbers that they are missing in this ball game from Jeric Balanza. At yun yung mga kailangan punuan ngayon. At magulat ka, Judd, nakukuha nila actually kay Ambohot and kay Muyang. It's the big guys that are producing the numbers.
10-point lead for Letran. Pero yun nga, nawalang balansa ngayon, but it's been other guys. And that has been the case for many situations already for this 9th team. Kahit na nasa active roster si Balanza, because nga, there have been times that he really was challenged with his health. So, of course, Letran had to play without him, and they still found ways. And you have to credit a lot of that too to Coach Bonitan and how he is able to tap into the right people para mag-step up and still provide for the Knights.
I would say ikaw, Judd, sa tingin mo lang basa mo sa sitwasyon, inaalalayan rin nila to si Jeric Balanza. Of course, came from an injury and then came back, played even in the D-League really well, and even here in the Filoil. Pero parang hindi nila pinipilit yung mga bagay. No? Pag may iniindang maliliit na bagay to si Jeric, inaalalayan ka agad nila and they'd rather have him sit out.
Yeah, that's true. And that's the best way to go talaga. No? Health is wealth. Well, look at that. Pagpasok na pagpasok, Don Lim contributing for the Green Archers. 40 seconds remaining in the first period. Mina got 3 defenders to buy the pump fake, and he was open for the jumper. Caracon steps into a 3. Back-to-back triples para sa LaSalle. Good intention there para sa Letran. They wanted to get into an open man underneath. It was Ato Ular. Pero natapik yung bola. Ular! Oh, look at that! What a play, Juan!
Wow. Wow, right now, I'm not too pleased with what I'm seeing with LaSalle's defense. They have been a lot of wide open shots by Letran, a lot of miscommunications, the switching and changing up of defense strategies per play. I don't think it's helping LaSalle.
Yeah, well, right
Because the
now,
players are actually, they themselves are confused.
tingnan mo yung nangyari, no? It's like the doors of heaven opened up. Ato Ular came in and got the 2 points.
Sometimes when you get too creative, sometimes basketball can also be as simple as doing the simplest things the best way that you could. But I know it's a preseason, so coaches are experimenting on a couple of plays. But LaSalle, I notice, have been changing every so often a defensive stance. And when they do that, the players themselves get confused, which leaves Letran a couple of open shots.
Franyu could not get that buzzer beater, but it's still Letran doing enough to get a 6-point lead at the end of one, 20-14. Incredible action we're seeing here, Juan.
An interesting start by LaSalle. They do not seem to be missing the services of Jeric Balanza because of this guy right here, J.O. Bohod, taking on that mantle of scoring. And then LaSalle, you know, with a couple of second units coming in, trying to speed up the ball game, but those miscues in defense is hurting LaSalle.
Franyu also may dalawa ng mga napakagandang assist dito. Siya yung nagtimon, kaya naman lamang ang Letran at the end of one. Hula ko, medyo LaSalle yata yung sinusuportahan niya. Kasi natulala siya dahil ang mga ingin Letran. I'm not sure, ha? I'm just assuming.
Maganda yung basa mo sa mga facial.
May backstory.
Oo, yung mga storya na bubuo mo sa facial expression lang ng tao.
Well, we're in the second quarter already. Shots with Juan Banal and Ira Pablo delivering you this ball game. Quarterfinals po ito ng Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Ato Ular with a hustle. And yan talaga yung mabibigay sa iyo ni Ular.
Pagod na to si Justin Baltazar trying to play against itong si Muyang, Ulal, and Ambohod.
Mina, iniwas pa yung bola using his body to protect that ball. Back to a 10-point lead for Letran. Starting the second quarter for LaSalle in white. That's Caraco taking that jumper. Nag-iinit na rin. Ito si Andre.
Maganda yung pagka-setup doon ni Manuel with that solid screen. And I think they should, if nothing's happening in the offense, give the ball to Andre Caraco and then create for him.
Mina, bibitaw mula sa labas. That's a miss. Makibalita muna tayo kay Ira.
What DLSU is showing so far is unlikely for the Green Archers because throughout their elimination run, Coach Gian Nazario is proud of the growth that they're showing playing in the quarterfinals, considering that they're a rebuilding team. He's happy with the team's assist numbers and he's even happier with their rebounds. But today against Letran, they want to put that to the test to see what numbers they can put up, specifically with their rebounds. He wants to see more players getting the ball aside from their bigs, Justin Baltazar and Brandon Bates. So let's see how they can convert their numbers into to counter that slow start today. John and Juan.
Thanks, Ira. Baltazar, alam mo, ito, he's a guy who is more than capable of holding, of, manning that middle. Pero kasi nga in the previous years, tama kayo, ang daming beses yan, may kasama, yeah, may katulong eh. So, laking responsibility, halos mag-isa siya ngayon eh.
Tsaka siya yung bigla naging main guy pagka sa Big and LaSalle. With Sandy Santillan and si T. Samuel last year, parang 1-2 punch nila sa loob yan eh. But now, Baltazar seems to be manning. And then the power forward is, you know, medyo undersized. Sina Manuel and si Ku. Not really ideal to help him out, especially you've got a taller lineup in Letran.
Tingnan mo nga, doon sa zone, si Karakot nasa ilalim. Obviously, a guard usually of Fran Yu has provided so much for Letran in this game.
You gotta appreciate this guy. You know, he's under the radar with his contribution for Letran, but as young and as short as he is a fighter and fits perfectly to this system.
Yung press na yun is Fran Yu's first basket of this game. 3 points pa lang. Pero napakarami ng mga assists.
No?
And then also the intangibles, steals, and even just the pressure that he is able to put on the ball handlers of LaSalle.
Agree.
Almost a knockout play underneath for Don Lim. Pero guess who was there, Juan? Fran Yu
again.
Deflecting that.
Malaking bagay rin siguro na si Coach L.A. Tenorio nasa bench mo, no?
Oo naman.
Advice na binibigay sa inyan.
Of course, L.A. He just played an overtime game last night, but he's here already, you know, trying to help his team. Sabi nga nila, basketball never stops. Baltazar, labas kay Melesio. Aljon connects on the 3.
Right now, those kick-out passes working well for LaSalle. Somebody penetrating to the basket, attracting the defense, and then kicking it out. And Andre Caracot and ito si Melesio has been beneficiaries of this good passing.
And if the outside shooting of LaSalle continues to work, that should breathe some life back into them. Hindi papasok yung KU. Mina will try his own version, will miss as well.
It's a third three-pointer let go of Mina.
And Joaquin Manuel getting the 2 points off the pass from Don Lim. Seven minutes remaining in the first half. 4-point lead para sa Letran. Umabot na yan ng 10 kanina pero dahan-dahan bumabalik and the Green Archers. Yuto Mina. Ular thought about that elbow J. And that's going to be Melesio bumping into Pampin.
You can see even Andre Caracot panicking in the middle of their defense because they switched from a man-to-man to a 2-3 zone. But take a look at this wonderful pass and very composed play by Manuel, faking out Letran to finish.
Pinadaan lang yung defense on that pump fake. It was wide open.
I was just looking at LaSalle and I saw Andre Caracot actually signaling different defensive plays. They were initially getting a 2-3 zone and then switching to a man-to-man. Kaya nagkaroon ng mga miscommunication. Buti na nga lang na foul ni Melesio or else that would have produced another scoring opportunity for Letran.
You know, at the same time, nakikita rin natin hindi na ganun ka-komportable yung Knights in orchestrating and executing their offensive schemes. They have settled for outside shots their last 3 possessions.
Right. And now, tinan mo, ang nawala, and Ambohot is not that much involved in the play, but when he is,
He gets blocked.
Yeah, he gets blocked that opportunity. Good defensive rim protection by Baltazar.
Melesio using that pick from Baltazar. Here he is. The one-hander, the familiar one-hander from Baltazar. De La Salle coming to life, only down by 2. It's a miss. Ambohot grabbing the offensive rebound. Pambid, bibitaw mula sa labas. Money on the 3.
Mina,
it's a long 2.
Yeah, Mina has missed 4 short three-pointers and they're all short. Same angle, same kind of result.
Long 2 lang yung binigay ng referee. So it's back to a 4-point lead for Letran. Melesio hit one from that side earlier. Nothing this time. Caracot na tapikan. Mina looks hurt. Bumangga siya kay Bates on the screen earlier. And Ambohot gets caught tugging on the shirt. On the shirt of Baltazar. Ito si Mina, nasaktan talaga siya doon sa pagbangga niya. His jaw is possible na yung, alam mo yung pain na kapag bumangga ka, and then sometimes meron pa yung ringing in your ear. Very scary. Solid din kasi talaga yung screen na yun. And while we were showing you that, Aljun Melesio hit a baseline jumper from the left side. 5 points para kay Melesio. Foul called on Lasal. Baltazar will be called for that. It's only the second team foul of the Green Archers. First personal foul of Baltazar. From the corner. Di papasok yung tres. Serrano. Block that time. It's Letran's turn. And finally, for Pambid, he gets one to fall, using some shooter's bounce there too.
Right now, LaSalle is just pushing the ball, and it's been a back and forth battle, but turnover after turnover might be costly. And whoever team or whichever team shows more composure, I think, it can control this pace.
Melesio in transition, no good. Battle for the board, it's Olivario getting it. Yung intensity nitong laro no? And are teams looking out of control? Is either team looking out of control one?
And then the only deciding factor is the fact that if you're not making your baskets. I mean, if you're pushing the ball and you're able to score in transition, then obviously you're making the right choices. But if you're missing and it's creating more problems than actually building up your lead or building up your offense, then it's a bad call.
So what do you feel is the case for these teams?
I feel that with the consecutive turnovers of LaSalle, they're biting into the bait of the pace of Letran. Because Letran, they are converting in their fast break. It's LaSalle that's not.
Pero dito, Guarino nagmintis din on that outside shot. Melesio. Ang ganda ng pasa papunta kay Bates, but Bates could not finish. Sayang yung pagkakataong yun. Letran, Guarino dumps it down low. Balagasay. Out to Ambohon. Sheo attacking Bates. He gets the ball to Balagasay.
Ambohon is creating para dito sa Letran, and he is a matchup nightmare against the bigs of Letran because he can get the ball, put the ball on the floor from the outside, from the three-point line, and then when he penetrates, he's able to find his teammates.
How about Serrano sinking a three-pointer? Something that LaSalle badly needed at that point.
I'm all praises for this rookie. Itong si Serrano has been a great source of help from the bench of LaSalle. And now, sila ang mga pinagsasabay. Melesio, Karakot, itong si Serrano.
Great defense for LaSalle, and Bartlett enjoying a pristine path to the hoop. Coach Gia Nazario is very proud of how his boys have stepped up. And on the other side, Coach Bonitat had seen enough. They call a timeout. Dalawa na lang ang lamang ng Letran. You're still watching the Filoil Flying V Preseason Tournament on 5+. Tingnan natin itong mga emerging weapons of these two teams. Alan Mina para sa Letran. And we've been talking about the sophomore Encho Serrano para naman sa De La Salle.
To see Alan Mina though, a little bit painful when it comes to his outside shooting. He's averaging roughly around 46% from the three-point line, but not really making any shots. Nasaktan pa siya kanina doon sa screen na binigay. But itong si Serrano nga, a sophomore, and I apologize if I've been mentioning him as a rookie, but this guy has been producing the necessary help from the bench for LaSalle, and he's a good reliever for Andre Karakot and Melesio.
Si Encho kasi, bago pa yan umangat sa college, everyone was talking about him being so ready already for that level. And we're just seeing That is very true.
Yeah.
Melesio. Aljun Melesio.
Oh.
All away jumper. You know what Aljun Melesio is? He's just a tough shot maker. Unafraid of those moments.
And it's the big shots that he makes, you know, not only the difficult ones, but the difficulty brought about the timing of when he needs to take shots. And big shots from this young, I think he would be considered as a guy that you mark in this coming tournaments.
And number one, I remember watching Aljun when he was still in high school. And I remember the very first few plays, he wasn't that aggressive. So I was saying, why are they building all this hype with this guy? And then I remember him just flipping a switch and just taking over that same game I was watching. And by the end of it, I was so sold on Aljun Melesio already. Ira, anong balita dyan?
Gaya nga ng sinabi mo kanina, Jot, na siko yung panga ni Allen Mina. And fortunately, it's nothing serious. Hindi naman daw siya nahihilo. They massaged his jaw with ice para ma-relax lang daw yung muscles niya. Sinigawan pa siya ni Jeric Balanza. Huy, ice lang yan. And he's going to be able to return inside the court in just a few minutes, guys.
Okay, sige, tama yung guys. Pero ba't mo naman sisigawan?
Hindi, pero kasi naman, kung si Jeric Balanza ang magagalit sa'yo pagdating sa sakit, may karapat dapat na, yung pinagdaanan ng tao kung ako nga, inoperahan sa utak, ikaw pa ba? Ikaw nga, tinamaan ka lang sa mukha ng sigo. Papasab ka ba? Ako nga, inoperahan sa utak
Sabi siguro ni Allen, sige kuya, sorry. Sorry kuya, sorry. But you know, Allen
bakit ganun? Ice lang ang solusyon sa lahat. Kanina din, si Stockton, si Alex lang, ice lang, okay na rin
Bakit tayo pang kahit anong ice parang hindi nawawala yung sakit? 36-34. Advantage still with Letran, but Lasal was able to tie it up earlier with a jumper from Melesio. Difficulty inbounding for Ralph Koo, but Bartlett breaking the pressure defense thrown at him by Rayson. Koo, 3-point. Oh, Serrano! Out of nowhere, hindi lang na ipasok yung kanyang putback. Sanggala. Lots of contact there, pero siyang nag-initiate, so no call. Lasal in transition. Karakot finishes at the basket.
That is the deadliest that you can see, Lasal. That open court. I think they wanted this kind of offense when they started with 3 guards, and now they're seeing it in action.
Muyang gets fouled by Koo. And that will be 2 free throws for Larry Muyang. Exactly a minute remaining here in the first half. Ito yung magandang pasa ni Bartlett. And also, a very strong attack coming from Andre Karakot, laying that ball in. Mintis ang unang free throw ni Muyang. That man has 2 points. Larry Muyang, si Andre Karakot has provided so much. 9 points already for Karakot. And he's a large reason, one, kung bakit nakabalik na talaga Lasal in this game.
Yep.
Here he is again. Karakot, bigay naman kay Baltazar. Defense was there. Koo lights up a 3. Off. 45 seconds remaining. Karalipin, di pa natin gaano nararamdaman dito.
Yeah, that's right.
Olivario looking for Caralipio. Almost a travel there, but maintained his footing. Rayson dropping it off to Sanggala. You know, Sanggalang is a guy who plays with a lot of grit. And minsan lang talaga, you know how there are guys who play with a lot of passion, grit, and sometimes nagiging out of control.
Yeah. And being able to manage and time it well, but you know, there are roles to fill pagka ganyan ka kaka-agresibo. It's just that it's doing more harm than good when you don't time it.
Great defense there for the Knights, forcing that turnover from Karakot.
And the Knights are turning the favor nga. Kanina, trinap din nila ang Letran sa isang corner, but they naman, on the other hand, trying to do that against Lasal. Andre Karakot had nowhere to go, called for that lifting.
11.1 seconds for Letran to come up with something here. Rayson will initiate the offense. Double high screen provided by Caralipio and Mina. Rayson, a second to go. And that will be the end of the first half. Letran earlier went up by as big as 10 points, pero Letran with a strong second quarter one.
And a good finish. Kahit papano, they were able to control and manage that lead. They actually ended in the first quarter being on top, but LaSalle making those little spurts of comebacks, and it starts with the kind of defense that they're showing.
Isa na lang ang lamang ng Letran as we head into halftime. Halfway point of this battle between De La Salle and Letran. Lamang po ang Knights of Letran by 1 point, 37 to 36. It's the quarterfinals of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Tournament. Jotsuit kasama si Juan Banal, kasama rin po natin si Ira Pablo patrolling the sidelines. Juan, what was the story of that first half for you?
And I think LaSalle prepared to, when they started, they had a 3-guard lineup, trying to push the ball and trying to pressure them on defense, but that didn't happen with their starting 5, so the coaching staff of LaSalle decided to switch it up and change up their men, but at the same time, that's what Letran saw, that window, an opportunity to start pounding it inside, led by Gian Abod. But come second quarter, that's where LaSalle actually started bring into fruition what they wanted to happen. They outscored itong Letran 22-17 in the second quarter and forced a tremendous number of turnovers in that quarter alone. And I think LaSalle finally found their groove in that second time around.
Tama ka, no? And from the beginning, it was already Letran pounding on the Green Archers. Like you said, Ambohon was the fire starter para dito sa mga Knights. And they played through him, they flowed through him. Itong si Kurt Tojera, you saw that highlight. He was already part of the second unit. Napakaaga ng platoon substitution ni Coach Gian Nazario because the starters came out flat.
And itong first quarter and mid of the second quarter, LaSalle was experimenting with a couple of defensive change-ups and plays midway while they're implementing one. And I think they paid the price so dearly because there were a lot of miscues and rotations in the LaSalle defense, which led to Letran building and mounting a lead. But then when Letran said, wait, when LaSalle said, check that, said, wait, we got to just play good, honest defense. And when they were able to make the necessary stops, they were able to push the ball and they were able to convert in fast breaks.
Ito nga yung mga naging numero, Juan, in our first half. You see some advantages going one side, yung iba naman papunta doon sa kabila.
And then LaSalle kasi at the same time, alam mo dito lang sila sa second quarter, tumaas yung field goal. They're actually shooting better than Letran. 50% compared to the 16 over 40. That's 40% of Letran shooting. But because of the assist, if you take a look at that specific assist category, 11 assists compared to the 8 of the Letran, that was a result of good transition offense. But at the same time, there were risky passes that they also took, which led to a 13-8 turnover ratio.
Yung sinabi nating slow start or flat start of the starters, it included Melesio and Caracol, but you also saw na by the end of the first half naman sila yung leading scorers ng LaSalle because they picked their games up towards the end of the second quarter. Kaya rin talaga nakabalik ang LaSalle, but Letran doing a good job so far of just keeping everyone or all the pieces of their puzzle intact. Naghahanap ng foul doon ang Letran. No whistle, Baltasar, nilabas nila Caracol. Three-pointer doesn't go. Baltazar, wala ring tawag doon sa side na yun.
And the referees are letting them play on.
Muyang free throw line jumper. At ang daming mga nirereklamo ng mga kabilang koponan.
Oh, it's another turnover. That's the 14th turnover of LaSalle. But you know, at the end of the day, you've got Melesio and itong si Caracol. They are still the leaders of this team. You know, the LaSalle will heavily depend on them, the pace and the leadership that they will start. Kaya siguro the coaching staff of LaSalle was frustrated na bakit flat ang start nyo? Kayo yung inaasahan namin na mag-set ng pace for the entire team. But when they woke up in the second quarter, talaga naman nagpakita itong dalawang guwansa ng LaSalle.
Mina, kanina natamaan, but right now, able to contribute. LaSalle going with Bartlett, Ku, Caracol, Melesio, and Baltazar. This was also their starting lineup. Baltazar, the hook shot over Muya.
Oh, nag-iinit na nga to. They've got the ball rolling itong starting 5 ng LaSalle.
Ito namang Letran, they have Yu, Mina, Ambohon, Uyang, and Olivario. Natapikan si Ambohon. Mina will give up the foul to stop LaSalle in transition.
For some reason, itong Letran naman ang bumagal ng sobra yung kanilang opensa. Yes, they also set up a half-court offensive plays in the first half. But yung pag-setup naman nila, mabilis yung movement. Pag binigay ka ang drive ka agad. Hindi na. Ito parang nagkakaroon ng pause button eh. Samantalang ang LaSalle, they picked up the pace.
Caracol, quick trigger, catch and shoot. hasn't really found much success from outside. Melesio naman ang susubok. Aljun masyado ring malakas. Mina will challenge the defense. Hindi makukuha yung layup, but 2 free throws will be taken by Allen Mina.
And I like the decision of Allen Mina to take it strong to the hole because in the first half, he took a ton of outside shots and he is known for his outside shooting. Pero hindi pumapasok eh. So, ang hirap nun, tira ka ng tira pero yung kumpiyansa mo wala doon sa tira mo. So, getting that confidence back by taking it strong first, gaining it from the free throw line or tremendous drives to the basket before you start taking your outside shots again. Allen Mina with 7 points in the ballgame, but a lot of them are actually close to the baskets.
Mina, kumukuha ng kumpiyansa ngayon sa free throw line. It has always been said, Juan, kung gano'ng ka-importante for a shooter struggling na pumunta sa free throw line at makita niyang pumapasok yung mga tira. Let's see if that does him any good. But right now, LaSalle will keep possession. What we're seeing is that LaSalle is trying to play this game very fast. Melesio. Ang bilis ng bitaw in a conversion. A very tough shot, but it's only a long 2.
Pero sa bitaw pa lang ni Melesio, nakita mo na napapasok. And that's his stroke.
9 points now for Aljun. Muyang, entry pass, papunta sa kanya. Kinukuyog, Larry Muyang, ang hirap ng tira. He forced the issue that time.
That's good straight-up defense by Baltazar. And then you've got him streaming down with that transition.
Ito kasi si Baltazar, ang sipag din ito mag-rim run eh. Oh, and now we're getting our first look today at Maymay Kagulangan. The standout also out of LaSalle Green Hills. And he was one of the best and the top-rated high school players.
Look, they're keeping this small 3-guard lineup. They've sustained this for quite some time, even in the second quarter.
There he is on your screens, Joel Kagulangan. Spears called him Maymay. Well, but Baltazar could only split his free throws, so tabla lang tayo, 41 all. Letran goes to Mina. Labas kay Ambohon. Shot titira ng tres. Halfway in, wala. And that's gonna be a kickball. Possession will stay with Letran. But how about the mix of players netong ni Coach Gian on the floor? Yeah, well, ngayon pinalitan na ni Encho Serrano si Karakot. But earlier, di ba, may 3 guards ka, pero yung frontline mo, ang tangkad din. In Bates and Baltazar.
Kanina pa natin hinihintay ito. We just don't know how long they're going to be able to sustain. Because yes, you're giving up speed in those 2 bigs. But tingnan mo naman yung backcourt mo, napakabilis rin naman. At lahat nakakatira. These guys, at some point in their life, were designated scorers for their own schools. These 3 guys, Kagulangan, Serrano, and Melesio are go-to guys.
Ito si Melesio, proving that he's a go-to guy, unafraid to take those shots, pero nagbintis. Kagulangan asking for it. Serrano takes it by himself. He gets the floater. Lamang na ang LaSalle. This is their first taste of the lead.
Wow, and Letran all of a sudden just slowed down tremendously in their offense. Parang nawalan ng gana, papasok ng third quarter. And LaSalle, on the other hand, gising na gising.
Yeah, the renewed fire we're seeing from the Green Archers. And it's on both ends, offense and defense. They forced the shot clock violation. May balita si Ira sa Letran. Ira, what do you have?
Humabol lang nung second quarter itong si Assistant Coach L.A. Tenorio, and according to the Letran coaching staff, halos everyday nasa practice si Coach L.A. Pwede lang kung may laro siya. As for Ginebra, as long as he plays, he can be part of the Letran coaching staff. His commitment to Letran is so important to him, even as an active player, because he sees it as an opportunity. Pero tama ka nga dyan, pag nandyan daw siya sa bench, mas ganado daw itong mga players, and that's very fulfilling for Coach LA that he's happy to be that motivation for them, Jonathan Juan.
Thank you, Ira. Ikaw ba naman, gusto mo bang mapahiya ka kay Tiniente?
Oo nga.
And I'm sure ito si LA, no, if kung pwede lang, magsuot din siya ng Letran uniform para lang makatulong dito sa team.
So, ibang school ang dati niya nirepresent. Hindi pwede. High school, San Beda yan. College, Ateneo, siyempre. But alam niya yung kalidad ng Letran eh.
Great school doon,
great
Bosco
school.
Makati. Ayan. LA Tenorio, of course. The Iron Man.
Nandiyan pa na naman, nasusuot pa rin naman niya yung mga school colors na eh. Blue and red eh, di ba? Red ang
Actually,
Letran, red ang San Beda, blue ang Ateneo.
iba lang yung shape.
Iba lang yung shade. Pinagsama lang kaya Letran ang kinalabasan.
Kaya ba niya pinili ang Letran?
Pala isa pa niyan. Ira, pasok! De joke.
2-point lead right now for LaSalle. Ito kayang si LA, ganado rin kaya siya humabol kasi sanay
Paano ba
siya na
naman? Yung overtime ba
kalaban.
naman?
Tsaka kalaban ng LaSalle eh.
Ayun.
Sanay na sanay yan syempre eh. Playing before for the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Ambon. 5 on the shot clock. Geo Ambon. Ang ganda na sana nung depensa. Kaya lang, bumaba talaga yung kamay ni Bates.
Natakam din si Bates and that was a good challenge and ang Bohot had nowhere to go. But Bates baited
Yeah.
to actually put his hand down. If he could have drawn the charge or just went straight up, either way, ang Bohot had nowhere to go.
Kasi binali na nga ni Ambon eh, because he had, like you said, he had nowhere to go. Pero yun lang. It's mahirap din kasi, Juan, eh, pag nagkabanggaan na kayo. It's so difficult to make sure that you just keep your verticality. Eh, ang mahirap din naman kay Ambon is he's not having the most successful time at the line. Only 2 for 5 from the free throw area. Baltazar finishes the fast break from Serrano.
There was no way that Muyang could reach for that. That was a good pass. Well timed, and of course, if it's Justin Baltazar leaping for that alley-oop, mataas-taas yun, and Muyang all he could do was see Baltazar sky high.
Olivario, iwan kay Abot. Nice pass, but the defense quick to recover. Mina, ginugulit ang kagulangan. Allen Mina hanging. Ang Bohot mops up the mess. Ito na naman yung napakabilis na aksyon between LaSalle and Letran.
Kulangan, I've been waiting for him to actually have a touch with that ball and create.
Wala makukuha doon. Oh, beautiful pass for Muyang. All the way to Mina.
It's going to be a sorry defensive lapse on David's part. Mina leaking out right behind him.
Kick out Serrano now attacking. Ang ganda nung iwas and the finger roll finish.
They have got to find a solution for Serrano. He is scoring however and whenever he wants to.
At will is Encho. 2-point lead for LaSalle. 3.5 minutes left in the third. Mina. Ambon will send the pick. Kukunin pa ni Papin. No, he will not. Then it turns the way of LaSalle. Baltazar disrupted. Good recovery. Ambon with a block.
And there was like a possible good play after a possible good play after a possible good play. And then Ambohot just puts an end to it with that block.
At wala lang talagang bumibitaw between these two teams. Pampit yung umabol and then Serrano getting blocked by Ambohot. Nagulangan. Goes to the basket. Flips it up, no good. Pero he got the steal and Bates will finish for the News.
Good recovery there by Bates. That 50-50 ball, you can see his aggressiveness. You like what he's showing with the minutes that are given to him.
Foul will be called on Manuel. Nabangga niya si Caralipio. Caralipio went crashing to the floor. And now Coach Bonitano redeploy Louis Sanggalang. Ang papalitan ni Sanggalang.
Going big now. It's a
Yeah.
huge lineup for Letran with Calaripio playing as 3 and then Sanggalang as 4.
Si Pampin yung pinalitan ni Sanggalang. Muya, against Bates. Larry Muyang, strong move, pero hindi nakuha yung tira. It will be a foul on Olivario. Now, Olivario is a guy na kapag nakita niya yung bola and there's a chance for him to take it away, he will always go for the gamble. He will always risk it. Kaya lang yan.
He's sneaky that way, you know. And the timing, nakataon lang, masikip lang talaga. But you're right, he goes for that, and nakakailan siya dyan, ha?
Yep. Kumbaga, kung ikaw yung pinapantay ni Olivario, mapapaisip ka talaga eh. Isang ka lang, rebound was almost his, pero nakago ni Manuel. David! Diving to the basket at nakita ni Manuel.
Good find by Manuel, but David moving and not stopping at any point in that offense. He's able to cut strong to the basket, and that smart play by David. Check that by Manuel.
An unsportsmanlike foul. And it looks like it will be on a Letran player.
Larry Muyang, I think, will be called for that. Trying to erase Manuel from the vision, the line of sight.
So Larry Muyang will be called for that. Dalawang free throw ibibigay kay Joaquin Manuel, and also ball possession. Na-frustrate na rin kasi to si Larry Muyang. Remember the first few plays he had, Juan, inuurong niya lang yung depensa. But now, the defense of LaSalle natuto na rin, sturdier, at hindi na ganun kadali para kay Big Boy Larry. So Manuel at the line. The younger brother of Jet Manuel.
What a guy, that guy, Jet Manuel.
Engineer Jet.
Yeah, what a guy, that guy.
First free throw is in. Second, good as well. 8-point lead now for De La Salle. Larry Muyang inupo muna ni Coach Bonitan.
Pinalamig muna ni Coach Bon. Kasi ganda sana na pinapakita ni Larry so far.
And alam mo, with Larry Muyang sitting on the bench, and gave La Salle a chance na ipahinga na sabay si Bates and si Baltazar. Olivario running, iwan kay Ular, almost a travel. Here's Olivario, trying to go glass, wala. Ular, second chance, that's good.
And you cannot underestimate, La Salle trying to match up with Letran's smaller front line, but these guys do crash the board a lot. Sanggalang, Ular.
Joaquin Manuel, kanina pa ito bumabagsak sa sahig.
Mukha namang compared to kay Jet Manuel, mas stocky naman to si Joaquin at mukhang mas may muscle kaysa kay Jet.
Sino kaya nananalo sa mga one-on-one nila?
And I think Jet Manuel is actually here in the stadium supporting his brother.
Parang natatawa-tawa na lang yata si Jet. Dahil dun nga bagsak ng bagsak si Joaquin.
Oh, could have been perfect from the line, 4 out of 4, but with that shot miss, it's 4 out of 5.
Manuel, another try at the line. Now, Joaquin has made a living from that free throw line. Dahil nga, kanina pa siya bumabalik dyan since he was fouled by Muyang early on. A minute and 15 remaining in the third quarter. Caralipio, kailangan nang magparamdam ni King in this game if they want to have a chance to win. Mina sneaking through.
And Mina now finding different ways to score for his team. May have been not shooting well in this afternoon, pero yung mga ganyang penetration niya, higher percentage shots, might get him going in the fourth quarter.
12 points now for Alan Mina. Joshua David goes cross-court to Capasio. Kagulangan, binabantayan ni Fran Yu. The crossover for Maymay. Kick out to Manuel. Steps in. Beautiful move, kaya lang hindi pumasok. Here he is on another try. Sent back, and it's Ato Ular grabbing that board. Nabangga nga lang ni Manuel. Etong si Fran Yu, a foul called on Waki. Waki Manuel won a championship in the UAAP with the Ateneo Blue Eaglets, and then continuing his career with the De La Salle Green Archers in the collegiate level. Mina moving that ball around. Here's Yu. 6 seconds lang sa shot clock. Fran Yu, iniwan pa kay Sanggalang. Ular on the second try, wala pa rin.
Yung sinasabi natin na you cannot underestimate the big guys of Letran. Yes, they are undersized compared to me. Itong si Muyang tsaka si Ambohot, but they are active in the boards. Right now, they have the upper hand against the also equally sized LaSalle front line.
And Ato Ular, we also talked about this man and how he can be a big factor para nga sa Letran. So unti-unti na rin nag-aambag. Kasi meron naman silang contributors one, kaya lang without Balanza in the picture, kailangan lang mas marami yung gumana for them. And the third quarter ends LaSalle taking the lead 54-50. It was a very big turnaround for the Green Archers in this period.
And they went back to basics. What is LaSalle known for? Their defense. And their defense definitely was present. Letran slowed down so much in the third quarter. And then LaSalle, yes, forcing turnovers, they also ran the ball. And then this guy started heating up.
And then ang dami pa mga iba't ibang mga magandang ginawa ang De La Salle. There you see Serrano lobbing it up for Baltazar for the finish. 54-50 is their advantage. One more quarter left here in the Filoil Flying V Center. One more quarter left here inside the Filoil Flying V Center. One more quarter left for one of these two teams. Yung isa malalaglag, yung isa mag-a-advance at kakalabanin ng LPU in the quarterfinals of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Tournament. Will it be LaSalle or Letran? John Sulit, Juan Banal, and Ira Pablo on the call for this one. Capascio getting away. Capascio finishing for the news.
It's been those stoppages in a quick transition attack by Letran that is creating headaches for, by LaSalle, creating headaches for Letran kasi hindi sila kagad nakakababa sa depensa.
What's gonna be the factor? What does Letran have to do here? What? Kung gusto nilang makabalik pa nga, because they were in control of this match.
I would say they have to wake up and be aggressive. In the first quarter, they were very aggressive. We saw a different Ambohot in the second half. And kaya naman nahirapan to si Franju na maghanap ng mapapasahan kasi hindi na ganun ka-active itong si Muyang at si Ambohot in the second half.
Pero yun yan, no? Nagbaliktad mas naging aggressive tong LaSalle, and that's why they are now in the driver's seat. Sanggalang playing sticky defense. Capascio goes to his spot. Gabe Capascio made it look so easy, but that was the toughest of tough jumpers.
This guy didn't play in the first half, and immediately he has now 4 points.
Ular, ayaw tumira sa tres, and on top of the 4 points, Capascio gets a steal. Kagulangan, ibibigay sana kay Baltasar, pero nahirapan doon. Karakot, money on the tray!
Now LaSalle with their ball movement, finding the open guys, confusing itong Letran defense. who is slower now to rotate.
7-0 run to open up the fourth quarter for the Green Archers. Kagulangan with the presence of mind, spotting Karakot, and Andre drilling in the three-pointer, 61-50. LaSalle. De La Salle Green Archers hoping that they will be the one advancing and facing LPU in the semifinals. And Andre Karakot in front of them all. Kahit nung naghahabol pa lang sila, si Karakot na yung kumakarga at nagtatry mag-lead for the team.
He started slow, which resulted to him composing himself back in the bench. But this time around, he is now embracing and saying, wait, we gotta wake up. And he's leading the way and paving the way for this LaSalle resurgence, now up by 11 points.
Tapos Juan, may balita rin si Ira tungkol kay Andre.
Giving their loss to UP as an example, Coach Gian Nazarian notes that there have been lapses with DLSU, even amongst the coaches, because of the lack in familiarity. But that is the reason why they joined the Filoil, to gain these experiences, to slowly build them as a team. Coach Gian adds that he also is just looking forward to continue their progressive output now with Brandon Bates in attendance for practice and Joel Kagulangan, who just recently got the go signal after his surgery. So things are looking up for the Green Archers, Jonathan Juan.
Thank you very much, Ira. So yun nga ang update on the side of LaSalle. Ang Letran still trying their very best na makalaban dito. Caralipio just not getting any today.
Nakikita mo na yung transition nito ng LaSalle. No? Yan dyan si Serrano, si Kagulangan, and then of course yung Camilesio and Karakot trying to lead and show how these younger guys should be playing.
Capascio could not get that three-pointer. Mina, the crossover. Allen Mina. You know what? It would have been 2 points kung nakakawang hindi niya nabitawan yung bola. But that's exactly kung bakit din nag-foul si Karakot, you know, to stop what would have been an easy basket.
Hindi na natin nakita to si Allen Mina tumira sa 3 points, ha? Pero ang ganda ng resulta, nakakasalaksak niya to the basket.
Mina at the line. Well, he saw that it wasn't working, so he recalibrated his attack. Mr. Nandico Angco and assistant coach Danny Siegel there as well. Of course, supporting De La Salle. Points para kay Allen Mina. Pero ang ganda nung sinabi mo rin, si Gio ang buhot na nahimik na eh. So wala nang masyadong nararamdaman from him. Eh siya yung leader nung Letran attack back in the first half.
And it was him being aggressive. It's something that we were actually caught off guard also, na nagulat tayo sa pagka-opensa nito ni Gio Bohon. But wow, LaSalle is just pouring in now. These guys, Kagulangan, the future of LaSalle. That's why they're giving him enough playing time para naman na masanay na kagad siya. He is coming from a long break because of an operation that transpired for him.
Maganda yung timing doon ni Baltazar getting that block on Ular. Mina against Capascio. Allen Mina falling away. Pasok pa rin.
Siya na ang nananaguyod na leader dito para sa Letran. Siya na lang ang bumubuhos ng puntos.
Allen Mina, 16 points para sa kanya. Baltazar will not get the bounce, pero tatlo na yung nakaharang sa kanya. Juan, naiangat pa rin.
And si Baltazar nga having a field day with this much shorter lineup of Letran. Dito nila namimiss tong si Larry Muyang.
Look at that move from by Mike Kagulangan. That's just excellent use
Yep.
of his footwork. And para kasi magawa mo yan, it also means you study the
Yeah.
rule book. No? Parang hanggang saan ko magagamit yung extra step ko? Or hanggang saan ako pwede mag-sidestep? And
Nakukuha yan sa dami ng laro na nailalaro mo.
Yes.
Alam naman natin sa LaSalle Green Archers, kadalasan sa kanya din ang bola. Sorry, LaSalle Green Hills. Kaya naman he has developed these moves throughout time.
kaya rin nakakasabay siya even with the much taller defenders. Hasn't really been a problem for Kagulangan. Mina nakikipagbakbakan kay Melesio. A foul called on Aljun. And those two guys just trying their very best to help their teams. 6 and 13 remaining in this ball game, as well as in the tournament of one of these two teams.
Alala lang po, it is a knockout quarterfinals, which will also be the same kind of a format for the semifinals and the finals, which will end on Sunday.
Good pass mula kay Rayson, papunta kay Muyang. Larry Muyang muscling his way in.
Yan yung na-miss ng Letran nung naupo to si Larry Muyang because of a foul. And now that he's back, yung tandem nila ni Gio Ambohon will be a frontline problem, which is why itong si Baltazar is coming back in.
Nakakalito pag pinabantay mo at pinapanood mo si Larry Muyang kasi may feature siya, medyo baby face. Pero mamang-mama yung
Pero
laro.
buong katawan, puno ng tattoo
Oo
rin.
nga,
No? Talagang... Pero tingnan mo to, nag-match up na ang LaSalle. You've got itong si Bates and si Baltazar against Ambohon and Muyang. What a great, great front line matchup that we're about to witness.
Magkakasubukan naman. Melesio being guarded by Rayson. Karakot looking to dump it in. And Larry Muyang, may gusto siyang gawin doon eh. Honestly, I'm not sure kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin. Pero he extended his left leg na maybe gusto niya mag-front bigla. But
Nahuli. Too late. Pinasa kagad kay Baltazar. So nahuli siya doon. But even look, Ku is he started as a power forward. So Olar is also in the lineup for Letran. So they're trying to play matchup. I would say this is probably one of the probable finishing five of LaSalle. But now they're opting to go small with Ku going to the bench and Serrano now adding speed. He will be a matchup nightmare for Letran in terms of speed, pero kaya nito ni Ambohon daanin sa laki.
65-57, LaSalle up by 8. Good move from Muyang. Masyado nga lang malakas yung kanyang tira. Ambohon will get fouled. 2 free throws coming his way.
That's something that that's a risk that LaSalle took when they brought in tong si Serrano, because they're so much smaller than the front line of Letran, giving up rebounding. Kita naman natin dun. We saw Olar and Ambohon from the weak side fighting for that board.
Ambohon comes up short on that free throw. And Coach Bonitan, more active than he was than any point of this game. Dahil nga, nanganganib na. Nakakaramdam na sila ng pressure with only 5 and 17 remaining. Down by 7 points. Letran extending their defense to the backcourt. Karakot easily breaks it. Melesio has it on the left side. Ginugulo pa rin ni Rayson. And Aljun just has so many moves. And Melesio never gets rattled kapag pine-pressure siya.
Kaya ng physicality ni Aljun Melesio. Kahit niya bangga-banggain mo yan habang ina-handle niya yung bola, he can manage to be composed.
It's Baltazar now. Swings it out to Karakot. Andre for the 3.
That was a great, great setup for Andre Karakot, going through screens. Alan Mina playing under, didn't follow Andre Karakot and paid the price dearly, leaving him wide open.
Ever since Karakot Oh, made a name in Philippine basketball. Yan na ang alam na ginagawa niya. He's a knockdown shooter. Karakot will try again. Not this time. Serrano rebound. Melesio susubok but he was stepping on the line. At sinasabi ni Melesio, libre na ako doon. Andre, bigay mo na yun. And then, well, Karakot, he apologizes to his running mate. Once again, updating you on the other quarterfinals results. Yung mga laro po na naganap bago ito. It was LPU defeating CEU. And then nakita rin natin matalo, of course, ng Adamson, yung San Sebastian. And in the game that we covered prior to this one, San Beda getting the better of FEU. And that's why we've been saying, isa na lang ang upo ang bukas. At tutungo na tayo sa ating semifinals. Jet Manuel is here. Like we mentioned earlier, supporting his brother Waki, who is playing for the DLSU Green Archers. Sayang wala nang ma-cheer si Jet kasi nga nag-withdraw ang UP. And there is Waki. The Manuel brothers trying to carve out their own paths in Philippine basketball. But for Waki, he's hoping that they get to hold on to this 10-point lead para maka-advance sa semifinals. Mina goes to Olivario. Tommy will miss the long ball.
Alam mo, pag hindi hawak ni Allen Mina yung bola, parang walang pinapatunguhan yung opensa ng Letran. I think the two-man game between Mina and Uyang would be a good idea.
Serrano, beautiful pass from Baltazar.
He's gonna outrun itong Olars. Siya naman ang magkakaroon ng matchup advantage against itong si Olars, cutting to the basket and leaving him behind.
Mina pinalipat si Karakot. Lines up a 3, wala pa rin nakukuha. Mina is 0 for 6 from downtown. Olivario goes to Mina, swings it to the corner. Ambohon also empty. And the guns have gone cold for Letran. On the other side, LaSalle flowing so smoothly.
That's the speed that you get with Serrano on the floor.
Olivario makakabutas. And finally, a basket from Letran. Tommy Olivario providing the 2 points. At this point, it's pretty much all about maintaining for the DLSU Green Archers. And look at the hustle of Encho Serrano.
Wow, he is non-stop.
Beautiful move from Mina. Hindi nga napapasok yung tira. Serrano. And Encho Serrano nakakaramdam na yata ng counting cramps. And why not? You know, the effort that he has poured in, especially here in the fourth quarter.
Yun yung risk na tinake ng LaSalle when they said they put in Serrano, they gave up the height advantage. But nonetheless, it was okay. Look at these leak outs.
You know what? LaSalle can let that go because of all the good they have done here in the fourth period. Pumasok tayo dito sa fourth quarter, only a 4-point lead for the Green Archers. Now it has ballooned to 16. Take a look at the fans enjoying the action of the 2019 Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. And we are also, loving having you guys here with us. Thank you for watching this on 5+. It's the quarterfinals of the tournament. Knockout game between LaSalle and Letran. Only one team can advance. Will it be the Green Archers or the Knights? At this point, it's really looking good for LaSalle as they are up by 16 with only 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the ball game.
But we're looking at a different lineup on the floor now for LaSalle. And this is like an experimenting stage for them trying out this kind of lineup. And with enough, almost less than 2 minutes, almost 2 minutes remaining with say a 16-point lead.
Preseason getting a three-pointer from the corner. But the only way that Letran can come from this, one, is if they go quickly. Kasi nga time is not on their side. Pero they cannot be allowing good looks at the basket like that para sa LaSalle. Framu. Now it's Olivario and Letran taking their time here. Yu will put it up. One more basket here, a basket for LaSalle here, and that's pretty much the game. At this point nga, napakahirap na
hirap na talaga nabulin to. And nakita mo naman yung kumpiyansa, itong mga bagong pasok na LaSalle, kahit sila nadala na dun sa sinet ng kanilang mga floor leaders.
See, assistant coach Jermaine Bird nga was still supposed to bring in Waki Manuel. Pero nakita niya, nakastop naman yung LaSalle. So, hindi na lang daw. 12-point lead for LaSalle. Under a minute to go. Letran falling into a zone. Olivario guarding Kagulangan. A miss for Kagulangan, but Bongay kanina pa rin siguro naghihintay na mapasok. So the moment that he was put in, giving his best effort, open three. It's off. Bongay with another putback. That's I think 4 rebounds in less than a minute.
Yep. Quality minutes. Alam naman natin dinidevelop at Rayson.
How about 3 straight three-pointers for Letran? It's just
the timing, I mean.
Yeah, a case of too little too late.
Yeah.
So it will be LaSalle completing the cast of our semi-finalists in the Filoil Flying V Preseason Cup. Ang kakalabanin nila is LPU, and that will surely be a matchup to watch.
Again, another NCAA lineup or team na makakalaban ng LaSalle, which will be a good and great test for them as they move on to their own tournament.
Don Lim just tried to beat the shot clock that time. Pero ito na rin, mauubos na rin ang oras para sa Letran. LaSalle completing this win, and they came from behind to get this and to advance to the semifinals.
Was a slow start for LaSalle, a couple of frustrations, a couple of experimenting in the first half, but when they stuck to their identity, which is play very tough close-out defense and then run the floor, their leaders, Melesio and Caracot, paved the way with those outside shooting. LaSalle did not look back.
80-69 is our final score. We'll be back to talk more about this game. The De La Salle Green Archers completing a comeback against the Letran Knights, and they take the final seed of our semifinals cast. They take an 80-69 win over the Letran Knights, and of course, we are awarding our best player to the guy na sinabi naman na natin to within the game that he was the driving force of the Green Archers, the most consistent presence from start to finish.
And again, when LaSalle wasn't playing too well, Andre Caracot still kept them at pace by producing the points and the intensity in their game, and that's why it is but right for us to name him as the best player of the game.
And Andre Caracot, our best player, kasama niya ngayon si Miss Ira Pablo.
Let's talk to the guy who put up 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, Andre Caracot. Andre, first few minutes of the first quarter, pinasok agad yung second group. What effect did that have on you throughout this game?
Yun nga, bad start na yung first group. Malaking bagay rin talaga na nag-step up yung second group namin. Malaking impact sa game na nakalayo din kami kahit sa second half. Ganda na pinakita ng second group namin.
Andre, gaano ka-importante yung magiging role mo and your leadership coming to the semifinals, lalo na you're facing another gritty team like CO?
Yun nga kailangan talaga yung leadership ko. Siguro, pakita ko lang yung energy ko siguro sa simula sa practice and then sa game para sana magaya rin nila.
Andre, yung mga gusto mong batiin?
Tatampo yung lola ko eh. Binabati ko pala una-una yung lola ko. And si Tita Lot, pagaling ka na. And yung family ko sa Lokban, yung buddies team pala. Hello. And yun lang.
Congratulations, Andre. Hindi na siguro magtatampo yung lola mo. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much. Shoutout na rin tayo kay Lola para hindi talaga magtampo.
Lola, binabati po namin kayo para lang hindi na po kayo magtampo ulit. Dahil ang ganda naman po ng nilaro ng inyong apo na si Andre Caracot.
At kung makikita nyo nga po, pasok na sila. Ayan na. DLSU completing our semis cast. They will face LPU. Tapos dun sa kabilang side ng bracket, it's gonna be San Beda versus Adamson. And we'll take a look at the next few coming games. Dahil nga, like you mentioned earlier, Juan, knockout na to from here on until the finals. One game lang. So, hindi ka na talaga pwede magkamali. You cannot drop a game.
In yung experimenting phase, tapos na yun. Iniwan na dapat nila sa eliminations because now it's winning time. And as they enter the quarterfinals and then move on to the semifinals, talaga namang bawal na nga magkamali. And you have to get and play a perfect game all the way to the finals.
Absolutely. And now let's take a look at our upcoming schedule. On June 20, dyan po gaganapin ang ating mga semifinals on Thursday. Dito pa rin sa Filoil Flying V Center in San Juan. 2 p.m. yung laro between De La Salle and LPU at 4 p.m. naman. Gaganapin yung bakbakan between San Beda and Adamson University. Those are games that we will bring to you live, of course, here on 5 Plus. Pero dito na muna po magtatapos ang paghandog namin sa inyo ng quarterfinals. For my partner, Juan Banal, for our courtside reporter, Miss Ira Pablo, for the hardworking men and women behind this coverage of the Filoil Flying V Preseason Tournament. Jot sulit po nagpapasalamat for you watching and supporting this tournament. We'll see you all in the semifinals on Thursday.